Here's a little overview on how to change your front fork springs on a motorcycle. This is a Kawasaki Drifter 800. Year made was 2000. And what I did was I removed the wheel, the front fender, disconnect your speedometer cable. I don't know if you could see that. There's a speedometer cable right there, hanging down. And then also disconnect your brakes, your brake caliper, and the mounting bolts. There it is over there. And I'm letting it rest on the floorboard so that it doesn't keep too much stress on the brake line. What I have is the bike jacked up in the front there, right next to the starter. It's probably not the best spot, but it's working. And I got the kickstand on some higher pieces of wood so that the bike is pretty secure where it is now. And what I did was I removed these loosen up the two fork bolts. One's on the bottom right there, one's up top there. And when you loosen those, the whole front fork may want to come down. What you do is support it with your hand as you're loosening them. Then the whole thing comes down, and what you end up with is something that looks like this. Here's my front fork. Now inside that fork I had this spacer, and below that spacer, actually I have this on the top, but actually that spacer is the thing that you see first. The washer goes below it, and then below that is the spring. The old spring is on the right, and my new spring is a progressive suspension spring that's on the left. You can see the difference in the way the coil's made. On the left it's wider on the bottom and tighter up top. I gotta read the book and see which way it wants me to put it in there, but it may or may not matter. I don't even know. And actually it's pretty simple. The hardest part for me was the top cap, which is here. This top cap goes into here after the with the spring tension on it, and then there's a little clip that goes inside of it, and that clip was real tough to get out, but here's the clip. I'll show you. And it sits inside the groove that's in here. You probably can't see the groove too good, but it sits in there. So now all I have to do is fill it back up with fresh oil and put the new spring in and put the whole thing down. Now what I did to measure the oil level was I had an old flagpole, and what I did was after the spring was out, I lowered the suspension all the way down as far as I could, put the flagpole in to the oil that was in the bike, and then just marked it with a marker. They have special tools for this and stuff, but I didn't buy them, so I just used the flagpole. Hopefully it works out. And so I'm going to fill it up with oil, put the spring in, put the spacer back in, and that'll be it. The springs appear to be pretty close to the same size, so I'm not even going to bother with the spacer they supplied in the box. And that's it. Let's see how I do. Okay, bye-bye.